Alrighty. This one's a rough one, so I need to tell you the basics first before I tell you anything else. What a hash program is, it'll take in a given type of 1 and 0, and then referencing something else that is there, it'll change it via some degree of programming of reference to this given key. They call it a key, right? But it's not really a key. It's like this, whatever it is, has these values. Right. And then when we press this, like imagine that, like it's a mold. It's like this is some gelatinous, and then we press it on that. Right. But if we put it over here, it's like, no, no, no. We then cut it up and did all this whatever fuck, because that's the program. Right. And then we rearranged it. And without the mold, we'll never know. Right. Like, without the thing, we'll never really know, right? Is what they say. That's encryption, right? But it's not really. Right. It's pretty simple though to understand. But that's what that is. Okay. But it's like, all right, behold, reference material can be anything, not just prime numbers. Anything can be a reference. That's how you encrypt differently, like cryptography or other types of patterns and pictures and so on. Then it turned into, well, there's a lot of people that want to use Google Photos and everything else for, oh no, dangerous, dangerous manifestos, communications between people, porn. And I need to get around this thing. I will use your big, massive cloud infrastructure as my fucking whatever I want. It's a drop off, like a Dropbox, right? And it's if I know, because that's what it is. If I know what I need to break it out as, and I know the sequence, kind of like an analog, like an amplifier. So it's like this 1 and 0, and this sequence will then mean these many more 16, 32, 128, however many, right? Bytes to bits to more, then turned into a back and forth network communication. Same thing with the satellite stuff, by the way. That means people can just brute force sending and receiving all of their shit on the old Googies. Because I don't know what the reference is, and it's basically just a basic bitch flower or sunset or some whatever the fuck. And there's many of them, and it's just his wallpaper or whatever. Or that's just their whatever the fuck, right? That's the truth. Once you know that, then all of a sudden you end up realizing this got out there. No, the real data, by the way, can be changed and then it will be turned into this, right? It's like, no, no, it got chopped up and then turned into this. But unless you know what that is, it is just a picture of this, except not really in any aspect or way. The only way that comes out looking like that is if you have this. But there are many different picture, storage, compression, blah, 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 right? Which then turns it into, it looks pretty similar, right? It's a digital photo. It could be many things. If I just run it through, it's basically the same. You wouldn't even know. Turns out ARG, LARPing people started using this a little bit, right? But there was already a huge, massive community well before them. And back in the day, the CIA used to do something like this until they were like, yeah, I have satellites and encryption. Like, go fuck yourself. I'll just talk to people. Especially when it's like data scraping. What? I know that this person's actually this person, or this face that they have means they're these people, even if they say they're not. And then, or they talk to or around these, happen to know all of these people. Behold, there's no way to spy game. Look at the Leos, the law enforcement officers saying they can get into these gangs. What? No wonder why they always try and turn people into moles. Because, like, there's no fucking way we can get in there without them knowing. Literally, it's impossible. they're gonna look. They do background checks. That's basically what it is. That's a clear net thing, right? So it's like, look at Google and more types of photos. It's like, no. They wouldn't do that. No. No, of course they're doing it. Obviously. To put it in perspective, you can post porn there and be there for a bit, but then it gets yeeted out. But the moment you do this, it's there forever. They can't do anything. There's nothing. They have no way of knowing. And then it was like, right. Well, guess what the ISPs have? Usually a way to watch and look at what your modem and router is doing. If they know that you're sending this and doing that, that isn't actually for that given data a key, a reference point for turning this thing, this file, that's a photo, into these things with this app, program, whatever, other things. The world's entire network, like your social, your this, or that, you'd be surprised. Most of it's pornography, could be illicit, could be not, to communication networks and more. Because what else would there be going on, other than it's just a regular photo? Guys, this is a funny meme GIF WebM. This is a funny little haha. Oh no, this YouTube video is a whatever, You don't know, right? You couldn't. You won't be able to. That's the truth. So I was like, no. I mean, I like it. Yeah. That's like a snuff torture of a child. It's a funny gift, though. How would I know? How will I know? It's like, you don't. That's the point. And for all intents and purposes, it is. But it's like, it could be there in the data, or it can just be a reference to break this out. Another photo that they run in these circles. And it's like, no, I will get involved in this. I see that you're a vigilante. I see that you are a hacking collective over here. Vigilante, you work with this government, blah, 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 blah. It's not impossible in any way. True. That's the point. You all can be figured out. Doesn't matter how hard you try to be untraceable. That's the truth. You can be watched, listened to, and all the rest. Easily. The law enforcement officers and investigators and more turned into, fine, you want it to be separate, you want to do this, fine, you'll have to figure it out. You want it to be like, there's no way I can fucking know. I can't get in, I can't fucking be involved, there's no way for me to even fucking figure out what program and what type unless they let us in. There's no fucking way, right? Which means, oh, you dead? Fucking figure out who did it. Yourself. Somebody stole your money? Because, like, no. I mean, there's a body. Where? How would I know? There are many ways to make people disappear, dude. No, but they've been gone for years. I'm serious. They're dead. Okay, sure, they're still posting. It's a bot. It's not a bot. No. Meanwhile, how come they never want to have like direct communication anymore, huh? Is that not a bot, basically? Meanwhile, the online, no, he's posting. It looks real enough. And you don't know, because that's the circle they run in. You don't know. And it's like, no, they can be disappeared. There's so many ways to make a body disappear. Like, just an FYI, like, there are many biological processes that break down the vast majority of our organic matter. You can mimic that. And it won't even take that long. That's like a couple of months if you know what you're doing. That's like flour shit. And then it's like, let me just burn, and then grind up a bunch of like little fucking, bones or whatever that you dry. You have to filter and then like treat and it's like, no, you know what I mean? Like the smell coming off. But it's like, no, I'm a tanner or I'm like, whatever it is, right? It's like, it's really easy to make a body disappear. It's not that hard. You can get away with murder easily. So long as nobody really knows. See, like most people tend to know how that happened because it's someone related to them or within their life. They can't figure out anything if it's not that. Someone just fucking disappeared. They knew how and where and when and they traveled. There's this other collective we can't get into. There's other ARG, whatever. They're fucked. They can't find shit unless they go through and literally watch the Wi-Fi, watch the satellite, watch the fucking all of the different data metrics that are on all these apps and everything else. And even then, because they run in this circle, they try and turn them all off. That's the problem. People don't really understand where I come from on this. It's like, no, you can get pretty far, but you can definitely disappear. Like, it's really pretty easy to just disappear. Like, back in the day, people would just easily disappear. And for what it's worth, are you worth all the money or effort to get this data? Some of you never post. We don't know if that's you and this username or anything. It's insanely scary when you suddenly realize nothing really stops someone other than just like, well, you might put up a fight or some shit. And then I'd have to like, do some work or whatever. Which, by the way, yeah, you can pay in cash. Like you can get traded things at swap markets and more. You can absolutely get everything you need to make someone disappear. And they'll never know that you even have it. How do you think ghost guns get around? So it turns into, you guys are idiots. There's a big old child porn ring going everywhere, man. But like they're in all walks of life, and it's everywhere throughout your entirety of online. Not to mention revenge and anything else. Not to mention, oh hey, look at my communication network, and they're like, you're an ARG. Nope. If anything, they're more profoundly fucking intelligent than what most of the CIA does. It's not even a joke. Seriously, it's really not. They don't need to do it anymore. Like, it's really hard for them to not be spotted well before they go somewhere. If I went through all this farmy train, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, no. I'm gonna go put you over here in this country. Meanwhile, if it not for the fact that most of them don't do the work in corporations and companies, countries like that, as much as they really should, versus these people who will do that immediately, you wouldn't be able to get in. It's pretty easy to find any one of them at all. That's been known for a long time too. So like the spy game basically is just there as a we still matter, guys. We still and then it turned into so hackety hack. And let's scan everything and what other possibilities of how it is that they can break this out and encrypt and and what are they doing over there? Oh, I didn't even see that. God damn it. It's not public unless it's hey yo, Googies, give me the informationals. Which and all the rest of them. Then you end up realizing TikTok, Reddit, 4chan, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. It's just a prolific big cloud networking service for them that can do all of it. And there's a never-ending amount of information coming in. No way to fucking monitor police. You're on your own. Unless you give them something, unless you get them in, unless any of that. You're fucked. That's how that works. And that's the truth. And it's like, that's what they wanted, though. See, that's the thing. Like, the people that are there, they wanted no police involved. They didn't want to have to deal with it. You know what I mean? They want to govern themselves. They want to police themselves. That's what they want. So it's like, good fucking luck. Figure it out. They're not going to help. They have already this mountain of caseloads. They're not doing jack shit for you. Deal with it. So, that is why there is more of the CP everywhere, of any kind and any type. It's never, ever gone away. And you most likely have it on your phone and your computer right now, and you may then likely don't know. Or you helped it to be something that can be figured out. A small clip here, a small post there, these words that you posted on Twitter, whatever it is. That's what it is. That's the key. Any number of influencers, any number of celebrities, and they're not in any aspect or way probably aware of it. They just get used. It's like, no, look at this. This is the fucking agency that's supposed to stop it. I'm going to use all of their names, this, that, whatever it is. And that means now all of a sudden you get it. Ah, you dicky bitch fuck. Meanwhile, imagine I'm saying that, them saying that, right? But also, me on the other hand, yeah, that makes sense. Flout the law, get around it, right? But, like, for what it's worth. And there's money there sometimes, and there's money not. A lot of the times, there isn't anything. It's just a sharing community, right? Like, a lot of people don't understand this, but there used to be places for gay people to go and fuck each other. In California, especially, right? Because, like, no, it can't get out, right? And, like, there are a lot more of them than you understand or have done one thing or another and recorded it, right? And, like, that's kind of how you got in. Or you've got the white supremacist national, like that the hacker I was talking about. That's over in Afghanistan, which, by the way, I wanted to make you look, just FYI, from Pakistan. And then it's like, what's the one country north? You probably don't have the fucking geography skills. We fought them back in the fucking 2000s. Anybody remember this? I thought that was Iraq. Well, Afghanistan was involved. Already out of your mind. You don't even remember. You don't even know that Pakistan was the one country south. Good old America, right? And it's like, no. Turns out this guy's a fucking CIA. Because QAnon got in. Right? The far right wing extremists, and they got a lot of money. And it's like, this is why he's there. He's got a manifesto and all this other shit. And I'm like, yeah, I don't like you, and you've been bugging me. So I'm like, here's a way to solve all of their fucking goddamn searches for this guy and eventually figure out everything that's being posted by them. Here you go, investigators. Here you go, all of the online. Have fun. Here's where to search and look, because this guy sucks and I hate him. He's still fucking buying shit. Fucking trying to build a goddamn nuke. Meanwhile, how do you know this? Do you frequent? No, I'm going to move on from that. But that's the thing, right? You'd be surprised how many of them also use this as a way to help themselves transport goods that are black market illicit or whatever, right? Regardless of the porn thing, this is the new type of Silk Road, effectively, more often than not. And this is, generally speaking, why ClearNet has become the new dark web. Fuck going to the dark web. Why would I need to? You ever get it? Like, it's already there. Why would I need to do that? I don't like the dark web. I have to go, it's slow as fuck too. I hate that. Yeah. I have to go through multiple onions. I have to do a VPN and a proxy. And even then, they can still eventually find your ass. You know what I mean? Like, eventually, it can be a thing where they do track your ass down. So, like, shut the fuck up. Right? Well, you don't know what that information is. I don't have this. This wasn't there. I deleted that. No, I don't know. I never had that key. I didn't know anything about this. This programmer, this corporation CEO, this creator, this, that, this, that. Look at all the government over there. Now, you know why we just direct? It's like, fuck this. This could be anything. It's fucking point. Really? You know what I mean? And so it's like, behold, you didn't know why it is. It's so easy for me to see this. And why I look at you like you're stupid. You think I'm paranoid or something. You're a person that doesn't have a lot of information. You're easily manipulated. You are a dumb little brain kid that you've leveled up and experienced in no way yet. And so you're easily talked to, like by government and hackers and creators and stuff, that think they know some shit. They haven't leveled up. Or, really, I don't want you getting involved. Go fuck yourself. No, that's not a thing. It's not a thing. No. Right? That's how I imagine it. Because that's effectively what it is. Get the fuck out of here unless you really want to know. And that's the problem after a while. Right? It's like, really, did you do work? It's good, but then it's also, did you? Did you know about this? Did you know about that? Have you listened to these videos? Do you know about this? Do you know about that? Do you really think it's not there? Behold, opening your eyes is what they would go with. You know, the lamos that are involved. You're getting out of the matrix. My way or the highway. Morpheo. Morbin time. Right? Meanwhile, lame! Lame! You are so lame. But you'll understand that a lot of them are saying, Mary had a little lamb. My teapot. Short and stout. Right? That thing. Like, a lot of it runs off of similar things like that. Not like those are the keys, just like if they're going to use telecommunication like Wi-Fi or like satellite stuff, it means they can compress it, and if they know how to like do that, then it's like on the other side, then they know how to break it out to suddenly have all this information that they wouldn't have otherwise. But unless you have that, you have no fucking clue what it could be. It might even be like, this is a fucking whole. No, it seems like it's something. It made a. And then that's a distractive little thing. It's like, no, it's a manifesto. Or, no, it's just a picture. Or, no, all this other stuff, right? But it's like, no. No, it's not. That's a. You have no idea how layered deep that goes. You have no idea what that really, if that's really what it was, is. You have no clue. In fact, that could just be, well, I run it through this, and I know that they do that. They thought they got something. But it's like, yeah. And then they go, ARG, LARPity, LARP, LARP. Look at the Leos, the law enforcement and investigator individuals LARPing like they know what's up. The gangs over there LARPing their asses off. Look at all the fucking hackaroos. I'm a programmer, I know things. Look at all the fucking dummy dums over there LARPing. They're LARPing like they fucking know shit. Look at them. Look at them, the little kids easily manipulated into believing they got somewhere. You could be a pawn in their little scheme if they're watching your internet or some shit. Or whatever you post or some shit. You'd be another key. No, I did this, and then they predictively did this, right? But it's like, actually, I watched them, and then that now means, now this. Ah, like how much do you really know, right? And then you end up realizing the amount of circles that they have and they run in. It all breaks down the same way as like on Reddit or any community. Really, that's social online. There's bubbles and there's circles and they intersect like Venn diagrams, and then there's cloud probability bubble intersections, likely to be involved every so often, or this, that, and all the rest. Basic profiling, simple stuff, easy to do. Anybody can figure that out. Not even hard. I don't know why you go through like criminology school for it. It's like this has been known about for 30, 40, 50, 60, 90 fucking history here repeats itself again doing this. Records going far back as we can tell. It's been going on. Turns out, shockingly, right? Criminology, I never thought about it that way. Here. Yeah, no, that makes sense, though, for what it's worth. They don't really tell you about it when you're young. They don't really want to alarm you that you're as easily manipulated and easily seen and known and figured out so quickly. They like to see how well you'll lie after a while. Most people tend to not want to know in a society either that they're mostly in a totalitarian police state than you think. So, it's a thing. Especially when it's like, yeah, no, the government isn't run by the people that are there. The government is run by a bunch of people that are smart enough to do a lot of shit like this, that tend to try and work together because it's like, no, I'm going to run off of your ISP. I'm going to run off of this. I'm going to run off that. And I'm never going to pay for it. It's like, all right, could you at least let the fucking goddamn amount of information for upload and download go through and not fuck with things? Because like we have to have the theater that we can do something to stop you still exist. Meanwhile, yep, I will. This is the prison rule system of I respect this, we're going to do that. If we get in a spat or disrespect, kind of thing, then it's like we're going to try and talk that out, but then that means we have to work it out this way, or people fucking do dumb shit, right? Right? And they're like, Chomos will immediately be deadified. Fucking, I've been here for 30 years, you douche. It's been 15 so far. I like some of the shit I get to do sometimes, you dick. Fuck off. Do you really understand? I don't give a fuck about that person. Why? Why should I care? I don't want to know. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I put my head, I want the food. I got rid of Taco Tuesday because you fucked with that guy, says the douche fuck guard. Now I don't have Taco Tuesdays. It's been 3 years. Like Taco Tuesday. And you know what? That person that did that, they're not in any way seen as a good person. Like they might be a friend or whatever in the gang or group or whatever, but it's like they don't like you. You know what I mean? Like fucking go fuck yourself a little bit. It's just a smidge. And they think they can control us, is what you think they would say, right? But that's not really what that is. Like it's not really control. It's like, dude, I'll fucking do whatever I want. And you know that. It's just gotta be worth it. Like I have to fucking give up this, that, and this, and fucking you suck. We were talking traumas. Oh yeah, that guy fucking raped and murdered a bunch of people before they came here. Oh, but if the kids are so much worse, talking to people that are there, that generally speaking don't give a fuck and can understand that that's not in any way that much of a difference. You're splitting hairs for your selective hatred crap. Most of them have probably fucked a kid or teen. They just didn't get caught. You know what I mean? Get over yourself. Yeah. But it's like, that's what that is. Generally speaking, it's individual fucking spats and like anger and arguments and so on. And you try and work it out in some way for like competitions, chess, games, something like that. Because it's like, man, fuck, I want this food. Why'd you choose to do it now? I'm now hungry. Who's got food? Who's got some food? I'm willing to trade. Ah. Oh, bitch! I heard that here. Meanwhile, me, who's just a little bit more aware of some things, but I do have significant disabilities that make it very impossible for me to work a regular job of any kind or any job of any kind. Really? Yeah. Well, I did everything I'm supposed to do to show off that I did all the medications, all the therapies, all the fucking things that they had me, you know, as a treatment go through that they could have given me for over like I was in therapy at like 6, 7 years old. It's a family thing, right? And I was on medication before that. I'm 32. I've done all the things, man. Like, fuck off. Yeah. Go fuck yourself, actually, right? It's like, where does that come from? Behold, why don't you get involved? Nah, fuck you, dick. No. Go deal with your own shit. Yeah. God. Fucking figure it out yourselves. You have the prison rules. They stay over there, we stay over here. That way, nothing, fucking like tries to fight each other, that kind of thing, when it comes down to leader or whatever the fuck kind of shit, right? You know what I mean? Like, whatever they end up doing in terms of that talk and discussion. And it's like, we know what it is. And like, this will lead to this and this will lead to that. And it's, I don't want to deal with this. Fuck off. Please shut up. This is crap. And then it's like mutually assured destruction, ISP, government, and more. And I'm not getting involved. I already know what this will lead to. Go fuck yourselves. Meanwhile, yeah, no, we need to figure out how to like do a little of this, because like they'll just fuck with us. There's nothing we can really do. If they want to do it, they'll do it. There's no policing jack shit going on with this. There's no way to know. They could just pop something up for a fucking account and then they're gone and delete it. You'll have no clue. It's around the world. Is that satellite going? Ooh. What do you got over there? A new fucking terminal? You got some like circuits in your house I'm going to use as like a multi-phase like ISP pinging system that essentially makes it so I have internet, but that actually turns your Wi-Fi into a phasing radio wave interference Wi-Fi that can even influence more in your own physical brain and shit. I can monitor where you are exactly in your house using. Here's the resonance frequency that expands. I'm going to capture it with these kinds of things in my radio wave and my satellite. And fuck. Guys, guys, what? Is that possible? That's possible, yes. Meanwhile, behold, the hackers, the government, fucking with your brains, trying to mind control and influence the likely excitability or depressive actions of neuronal firing in various areas of your fucking brain, along with feed posts and this and that. She's gonna break. They're gonna break. She's gonna break. New psychological warfare. The CIA. Mainframe Matrix. Meanwhile, my ass. It's kind of lame after a while. Yeah, I kind of want that to stop. Because, like, truthfully, it's actually a lot of really great, in many aspects and ways, technology and physics, right? And if you know what you're doing, you can do a lot more than you think. You can even use that as its own network. You don't have to go ping off of things and do clearnet stuff, which is the next dark web. There's a network that you can't find unless you know what you're looking for. I'm gonna use this douche fuck's house. They don't even know. I can easily ping from this fucking stupid dumbass power line in. Yeah. Like, cause I can just be near. I don't even have to be that near. I can use someone else's Wi-Fi and other radio and stuff like that to just hit the power line or around it and influence it and then turn it into a network. Same thing with fiber optics. I can push light through, get it to collapse as a type of interference that then adds to the network. And I can also shine it through as well and have on the other side information retrieved that doesn't disturb their information. I can break quantum encryption. Shockingly, they're already doing this. Behold, a brand new world you thought didn't exist. But now it does. It existed for well before most of them even joined. You want to know what it's used for? I am above the law. I am out of the matrix. I go around. I have any money I want anytime. I can hack all the things. I am Nia. Look at me, guys. Fucking breathtaking Johnny Silverhand. Not even a joke. It's literally what it is. Yeah, it's like this is the D&D cyberpunk, and then this is the Matrix, and then this is the existential stuff, and the until eventually it turned into I am the guy who knocks. I am the one, Jesse. Morty, Morty. Those are the originals. They've been doing it since back in like 1980s. They got better and better and better at it. It was like, they make it easy. It's so easy. This is stupendously easy. They just gave me the math for the Wi-Fi thing. This is super easy to do. This is the math for the light stuff, for interference. Oh, wow, this is a nice study. This is a nice study. This is a nice study. And they just kept building. They've never been able to get rid of them. Ever. You're like, no, this is incredibly complicated. No, it's not in any way. What? It's not. It's super not in any way complicated. Like the math literally is that. Like you just have to do it like this. You know what I mean? It's like, no, if the math is this and this is what you're seeing, then all you have to do is this. You know what I mean? It's simple as putting together an engine. While it's complex for some, and some people would never know how to do it, there are more than enough people that every day put together an engine and know what the fuck they're doing to make it make more power or whatever else, right? And that's effectively what it is. So then it turned into, behold, it calculates for me the air. Light and interference waves can calculate, even though it arrives over there as this. And I got my own wireless quantum network. Yep, that's right. They have a wireless quantum network currently right now. That's all the rage in the network of the dark web around you. I want more encryption. I'm going to talk to my wife today without anybody really knowing. Not even a joke. They do that. It's not like, man, the Furious is all about the fucking. And it's like, hey, I'm just talking. Nobody knows. Goes through trees. It can curve with gravity and off satellites and stuff like that. Right? If they know what they're doing in terms of like, well, it's around this time. The sun's doing this. We're rotating like that. The basic weather radar, says this. I'll, my own little area, I'll scan and see. And then boom. And they do it too. And so then it turns into, yeah, it collapses back down. Yeah, sure, it loses some amount. But if they start it off high enough, then they get there. This is highly complex, very technical. There's no way in any aspect. No. Super easy. Super fucking simple. Nothing's really that complex. Camshaft go burry whir. Piston go movie move. Boomity boom boom. Suckety suck suck. This is really a lot of. Stop turning all of my fucking work into like easy shit, you dick. Meanwhile, yeah, it is though. You know, like it's just because you don't know the math, it's because you don't understand this or whatever it is, doesn't mean they don't. It's easy. Once you know something, it becomes easy. Like, oh, you look at an engine, oh, I'm gonna destroy it all. And then you get through it, and oh yeah, this is come, click, 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 ding, ding, ding. Eh, easy. It's just scary at first and complex looking at first for people because they don't know anything about it. And then it turns into, nope. I see what you're doing over there. It is. I get paid millions of monies, and then you come up with the Wi-Fi and all the rest of the Li-Fi and all the rest of the acoustic resonance, blah blah blah. You know, types of ultrasonic, infrasonic types of Wi-Fi, and I can't have certain sounds play. Ugh. Meanwhile, them who's been doing this since before the 2010s. That's right. It's been around. They've only gotten better. I'm like, damn, that's impressive. Like, actually, yeah. That's a bunch of superpositional in a line like a Newton's cradle. Fucking hell. They got a literal wireless, any heat, anything kind of fucking quantum computer that's just in our air and atmosphere. They've had it for ages. Not even a joke. The whole world's a big old quantum computer. You know what the fuck you're doing, which they do. So, like, and for a long time. Meanwhile, me, that's pretty impressive, actually, for what it's worth. Yeah, I mean, most of it has to be upper atmosphere, and you have to always be predicting whether or not there's this plane, this updraft, this, that. Which is why I got into the predictive analysis stuff. It's like, hey, I'm going to tweet this. I know you're looking because I know you always watch. Behold, string theory, predictive analysis, fluid and thermodynamics. Here's your quantum thermodynamic, fluid dynamic, and all of the universe law theories that you're going to need to make this work the way you want it to. Behold, they're working! Shockingly. Is it? Meanwhile, me. Don't get me involved, dicky fucks. Go do your shit. Unless you want to stop all this crap from continuing to steal all my stuff. Otherwise, you don't get it, but I still can connect with just my brain and see you there. I don't have to do much of anything. I already control your little quantum computer. That's why you noticed me. That's why you know I can do that. Stop trying to fuck around. Find out. Can you please keep them off my shit? I hate them. I already do this for what it's worth with my own brain, but it's like, could ya a little help? Anyways, there you go. Almost 50 minutes, 45 minutes actually. How it is you're wrong about everything around you. Suck it up, dick fucks.